This video is on installing new vintage gauges in a OBS 93 C1500 Silverado. Not really a plug and play deal, more of a kit. You pretty much got to put it all together yourself. Still working on wiring it up. I got the old dash out and all the plastic removed that I need to get removed to install it. These will, when I'm done, this will all be taped up and look good. And these plugs right here plug into these things, and they tell you in the instructions which ones they plug into and all that stuff. This is what I had to remove. This piece right here goes right here, and it's plugs into the back of the factory dash. So you can see that had to be cut out, and then this is a solid plastic piece here, and I really could have squeezed them in without cutting this out, but they would have rubbed and probably squeaked and made racket. So I went ahead and clearanced that for that. And then right down here is the shift indicator light. I had to move this hole over to light up the shift indicator. Now if you're going to cut this hole, remember your main wiring harness runs right here. So don't just go in there with the whole hog and start chopping and cut right through your main wiring harness. You'll create a lot of work for yourself if you do that. So be careful. What I did is I cut this out first, and then I put a piece of sheet metal in here to stop the drill from cutting into these. It just cut into the sheet metal. And I'm not going to explain how to get the dashes stuff out of this thing. If you can't figure that part out, you probably shouldn't be messing with these gauges. So all I got left to do now is wire them up and put them back in. I'll be cutting this plug off and connecting the wires per the instructions, and use the schematic for the truck to figure out which wire does what. And this plug will no longer exist. So this is what it looks like after I get it all wired up. These are all these wires run from your what they call minor gauges over here to your speedometer and your tachometer, and then these wires will plug into the speedometer and tachometer and go to the harness, go to the inputs, signal wires inputs, and it'll get fed through the speedometer and tachometer out to these gauges, to your minor gauges, your temperature, your oil pressure, your volts, and your fuel. Thing I like about this system is you take the gear selector and put it, they have a spot where you put the factory gear selector in, so when the gear selector is in, it looks factory. So that's what I like about this system. No other stuff to do to get a gear selector, no tricks to bolt to the transmission, just put the factory one back in and you're done. So that's how that's going to go. And then to fit this in, these studs that come with this kit are about this long. So they won't fit back there. You got to cut them off with a pair of dikes, put your nut on, cut them off with a pair of dikes, and then file down the tops of them so that you could fit them in there. And then this is your oil pressure sending unit that comes with it, and the S on there, if you could see that, is for signal, and the WR is a low pressure warning light, 20 pounds it comes on. I'm not going to be using that, so I just put some shrink wrap over it. I only have one wire running over the oil pressure sensor. Thanks for watching.